slower than Glock and slower than Vettel. He's got to keep Vettel behind him, otherwise the championship's gone.
It's in Vettel's hands, maybe. Is he going to have a go at Hamilton and steal the world title away from him? Or is he going to just stay out of it and not bother? It's his decision. He's the youngest man in Formula One. He's already a winner, though, and we know he is a true racer. What will he do?
This is it, then. 3 to go, and that's the man that can take the world title away from him.
And I'm told down at the back of the McLaren garage, Anthony Hamilton, Lewis's father, is just pacing around in circles like an expectant father in the waiting room of a maternity hospital. He's expectant, but not for a baby. He's expectant for a championship, and he can't stand the pressure. And I'm sure many of you at home cannot stand the pressure either. 3 to go in what has been a truly dramatic world championship. Is Vettel going to spoil Hamilton's party?
Hamilton's got a bunch of traffic ahead of him. There is some of it. The Force India, get out of the way because they're coming through. And Hamilton's gone wide.
Oh my goodness me, Vettel is now right with him. 2 to go. Hamilton has forced his way through. Here comes Kubica, and he passes. He passes Vettel. That's delayed Vettel a little bit. And Kubica is, well, it's a bit naughty.
Kubica's unlapped himself.
He's a lap down. He's unlapping himself. He would argue he's entitled to do that. Hamilton lets him through. So he's got grip, and Hamilton's lost it. Oh my goodness me! Vettel's taken the place, and that could cost Hamilton the world championship. Then Hamilton might have a chance of getting the title back. At the moment, 6th will not do it for him.
Can you believe it? Right now, it's all down to whether Glock can handle the rain. And let's look at Glock's sector times. They're fine. Sector 1 is fine. Hamilton is not going to get the championship right now. If it doesn't rain harder, it's all about Glock now. Or can he get back at Vettel? And he's held up there behind the Honda.
Well, he's got nothing to lose now, Hamilton, in many ways. I mean, he'll be monitoring the Glock situation. He just doesn't seem to have any grip, even though he's got the right tyres on. Vettel is driving away from him. And we're entering the last lap shortly. Race leader Felipe Massa has just started the last lap. It's all about whether Hamilton wants it, whether he feels he can get back on the tail. The frustration must be colossal. He can see the back of that Toro Rosso, and that is the situation. Hamilton and Massa will be tied on points, but by virtue of the extra win for Massa, it would give the Brazilian driver the world championship, and only 1 lap remains.
Hamilton then has got to have a major attack on Vettel. Has he got the pace to do that?
And of course, Vettel is powered by the Ferrari engine, so he is highly motivated. You can see that the back of Vettel's car is swirling away. Hamilton just doesn't seem to have the pace when it matters. He needs 5th or better to win the world championship. He is currently 6th, and he runs one up late on the braking. He just needs now some luck to intervene. I said at the beginning it would come down to luck, and that's exactly what's happened. He had it all under control in the dry conditions. And in these conditions, it's all about these last few corners now. We're expecting Massa any time now. He comes through to claim his 6th victory of the season. He has done everything he needed to do. And we wait now to find out who will be the world champion of 2008. Can Hamilton do anything? Can he run it up the inside of Vettel? Only a few corners to go now, and desperation starts to creep in for Lewis Hamilton.
Raikkonen's 3rd, and is that Glock? Is that Glock going slowly?
It is, it's Glock! Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again! 100,000 local hearts sink in the grandstands. It's handed the place back to Hamilton. He comes through, and if I'm absolutely right, I'm sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One World Champion. In the most harem-scarum way possible. He doesn't make it easy for himself, does he? Lewis Hamilton is the world champion.
Didn't race Lewis in go-karts because he's just 1 or 2 years older, and then yeah, he was always that step ahead. So, but I remember in 1999 he finished third for the European Championships, Junior Championships in go-karts, and there was a guy telling me that he will be in Formula 1. And we raced each other in Formula 3. I think that's really the first time that we really got to know each other.
I met and was really aware of Sebastian.
Oh, near they come together! Weber and Vettel have come together! Oh!
Nico hit me. Nico's hit me.
There will probably be a difference of opinion until we go to our graves.
Let's let Nico pass to this lap, please.
I'm not slowing down for Nico.
Multi-21, sir. Yeah, multi-21.
He said he was just thinking about himself, you know, and that sort of says it all.
The 2013 World Champion.
Brilliant, brilliant drive. You join the greats.
Yes, yes.
I'm obviously happy for Sebastian winning his 4th title in a row, being only 26 years old. It's a great achievement, and I'm very proud of him because I know him since he's a little boy. We're good friends. We just spoke some days ago, and I cross the fingers for many more to come.
But the boy wonder of 2010 has become the man for 4 seasons.
Formula 1 champion Sebastian Vettel has been signed to Ferrari on a 3-year deal. The quadruple world champion has always dreamed of following in the footsteps of his compatriot Michael Schumacher. The move is said to have been an open secret since Vettel announced in October that he was leaving Red Bull.
But you've now done over 220 races. You've won nearly a quarter of the races you started. You've been on the podium more than half the races you started. Well done. Incredible.
Thank you. No, I mean, I think I never imagined, you know, I don't think you can even dream that big to have achieved so much. But as always, you know, it doesn't stop there. You want more. So in this regard, I am greedy, and you know, I want more. I want to win with Ferrari, win the championship.
For the man who had 2 winless seasons in the last 3 years in Formula 1, the man who was frustrated last season, the man who can see the crowd now rise to acclaim him, because Sebastian Vettel starts off 2017 by winning the Australian Grand Prix. Ferrari on top, down under. And there was no golden touch for the Silver Arrows today. Lewis Hamilton comes home to claim 2nd place.
Hamilton, but look, he's in the slipstream. DRS, nothing Hamilton can do about that.
You can hear the cheers from the grandstands as Sebastian Vettel blasts past Lewis Hamilton and back into the lead. Lap 18, he put those tyres on. He is nursing them home towards the end of 57 laps to emulate Michael Schumacher, Nico Rosberg, Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton, who all won their 200th Grand Prix start. And in his 200th Grand Prix start, Sebastian Vettel wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. And there goes Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton on the run towards turn 3. Vettel's on the inside of Hamilton, and the man who's 2nd in the championship overtakes the championship leader on the track.
I don't get it, guys. Just throwing away a win.
race as we head towards the bus stop chicane and we can go racing again. Hamilton leads this race then from Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Räikkönen. And Sebastian Vettel's got a really good slipstream now, going down through Eau Rouge at 200 miles an hour. Hamilton leads, Vettel is right behind him. The gap is less than a car length. Sebastian Vettel pulls to one side. The championship leader is alongside Lewis Hamilton. The championship leader edges ahead. Hamilton fights back. He's half a second quicker on this lap, Hamilton. He's going down the inside, Hamilton. He's taking the lead of the Grand Prix as Lewis Hamilton. Corner for Lewis Hamilton. He's got DRS. Vettel blocks him off on the inside. Hamilton goes round the outside and swoops into the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, once a four-time winner of the British Grand Prix. It's a fifth British Grand Prix win for Hamilton at Silverstone. Lewis Hamilton from 14th on the grid wins the German Grand Prix.
You've always got to believe. I would never have thought that you could do something like that today, but I just kept pushing, I kept believing, and it happened. So I guess for those who don't know me, now you do.
He brake tested me. What the is going on?
And they're still reporting it. Focus on
I have damage, I think.
Vettel literally just came alongside me and turned in and hit me.
So, I mean, I don't run in the back of him on purpose. I damaged my wing. I think he had a little bit of damage as well. Nothing that would have impacted on the race, but yeah, it's just not the way to do it.
My goodness, Lewis, so much to talk about. I can't imagine how you're feeling. Let's start with the incident with Sebastian Vettel. He says you brake tested him. What's your point?
I didn't. I control the pace, so like all the other restarts, I slow down in the same spot. He was obviously sleeping and drove into the back of me, but that wasn't for me an issue. Driving alongside and deliberately driving into a driver and getting away scot-free, pretty much. You know, still came away with fourth. I think that's. I think it's a disgrace. I think he disgraced himself today, to be honest.
He's done something similar a couple of years ago in China at the restart. It's just not the way to do it.
You received a penalty for dangerous driving. What happened when you went alongside him? Did you turn in deliberately?
Well, I think it was very clear. I think in the end we're racing with men, so I don't have radio to him, but I think if we get a penalty, then we should both get a penalty.
He said that it was a point to prove about being men. He felt that you brake-checked him. That was going to be his revenge. What should the sanctions be?
Well, I mean, if he wants to prove that he's a man, I think we should do it out of the car, face to face. I think driving dangerously, which in any way can put another driver at risk. I mean, luckily we're going slow. If we're going fast, it could have been a lot worse, you know. But imagine all the young kids that are watching Formula 1 today and see that kind of behavior from a four-time world champion. Yeah, I think it says it all.
Up until this point, it had been a pretty respectful fight so far this season. And
well, it's still respectful. I know where you might get that, but I don't have a problem with him. I think it's just one action today that was wrong, and I think if I got penalized, then he should get penalized. So, but how many times? Probably every Sunday in Premier League you have referees blowing the whistle and some players agreeing and some disagreeing. So that's sport in the end of the day, but for sure 10 seconds is an awful long time when you stand there and you have nothing to do. So.
It's been such a respectful championship battle up until now. Have things just got dirty?
Not for me. You know, I'm going to keep going. I think we had the upper hand this weekend. I think we can continue to move forwards in the future. I think through difficult times, true colours show. So it's a good day for me. There's a long way to go. and it's time to, it's Hamilton, that's for sure.